Should you take Spanish classes while living or visiting in Barcelona, Spain? I have been living here for about 7 months now, and I just started Spanish classes. So I just thought I would give my first 1 month update out of 4 months that I have done it so far, kind of the process, and if I think it's really helping or not. So I started taking Spanish classes to get a student visa. There are certain schools where you have to take classes for over 90 days, so normally about 4 months or longer if you want to, and it has to be 20 hours a week. So that is currently what I am doing Monday to Friday, 4 hours a day. I am in Spanish class, and it's divided into two classes and a study hall. So it's a conversation class, a grammar class, which is longer, and then the study hall, because we normally get homework every day in grammar class. So if you have questions about the homework or something that you learned in class, especially once you get more advanced, they have a teacher there so you can go and ask questions and get help. I really think these classes have been beneficial because it keeps you thinking and talking in Spanish for hours a day. The teachers, when they teach, also pretty much only speak in Spanish, and you have to ask questions in Spanish. And if they hear you talking in English, they'll come over and try to remind you to start talking in Spanish or if you have questions. So I think that is really helpful. The problem with not taking Spanish classes when you're in Spain is it's a lot harder to learn Spanish now than it was in the past because everyone here speaks so much English now. So I lived in Spain, it was 10 years ago in college, and I feel like I learned Spanish a lot more then because a lot less people in general spoke English. However, now so many people speak English, and also too, if you're out and they hear your English accent, they come back to you in English. So it really makes it harder to kind of get that practice in. So I think the school is really good with that. I wish there were more places to practice a little bit more. There are some like language meetups and things, but day to day life, I really don't speak it that often, depending on the day or what I'm doing or anything like that. So that can really just depend. But I think the classes really help a lot. I just started over in the beginning because I tested higher, but I don't speak it very much. I can hear it and understand when people are speaking, and especially I can read it really well because I can take my time. But speaking it and getting the confidence to speak is really what these classes are helping. So if you're interested in coming to Spain on a student visa, this is an option you can do, not at a university or anything, or you can take other language classes if you're interested in it. I'm just doing Spanish, obviously, because that's what they speak here in Spain. I mean, here they speak Catalan, but that's more just for local people. But Spanish for sure, everyone understands Spanish that's from here. They do Spanish and Catalan. So I think that has been really helpful and an option if you're looking and trying to move here, but don't have a job or don't want to pay for full years of another university or anything like that. There's a ton of good schools in the city and around the city. So you have tons of options at different prices. There are kind of all similar, at least for these private ones, like the one I'm at versus just like the government ones or whatever. But I don't know if those always qualify for the student visa because you have to have a certain amount of hours and a certain amount of days taking the classes to qualify. So I would definitely recommend taking Spanish classes if you are coming here for a couple of months or just even just visiting. One person in my class this month, she's just here for the month and just wanted to take a couple hours of class every day just to kind of get better at it while she's here and coming back more often. It's also a range of age range at the school because it's a language school and not university. So there's a mix of different people. I mean, a majority I would say are like earlier 20s, that like college age, but it's open to anybody. Like I have had people in my classes that were, older, like 50, 60, down to the youngest you can only be is 18, which there is an 18-year-old in my class because he's here for something else and taking Spanish as well. But there's a lot of options. So you don't have to feel bad if you're older. Like I'm 31 or younger or whatever. Like everyone's nice and friendly. The teachers are all really good. So I would definitely recommend it if you're living here, and then it just helps day-to-day life and doing the homework and kind of getting your mind in it, which has been a lot more helpful than just doing Duolingo, which is great also. But if you really want to advance and do more, the classes really help. So I hope this is a good update, or if anyone's thinking about it, I'll continually do monthly updates to see how much better I am doing. I don't think I will ever talk Spanish on here because I don't think I sound very good. But in classes, we do speak it quite a bit, and it is kind of processing in my mind more and helpful. So hopefully by the end of the 4 months, I'm supposed to be at a B1 level. I'm currently like A1, mid A1 level. Goes like A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, and then fluent. So yeah, they say that takes about 2 years to really get fluent. And a lot of people, when you take classes for a while, kind of stick in that B2 to C2 range, depending on how much effort you put forth and really try practicing it on your own. And learning just all the grammar and everything like that is definitely the hardest part, on top of just learning the words, but how to properly use it and different things like that, form sentences. So 1 month done, and hopefully at the end of 4 months, we'll have a lot more updates. See you next time.